What's up, movie fans? It's Joe the Man, or Joe the Film Reviewer. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the 2019 movie Jojo Rabbit. So, Jojo Rabbit is a satirical film making fun at the Nazi regime. In this movie, we have a young star named Roman Griffin Davis who plays Jojo Betzler, who in that time period is really heavy on the Nazis. So, in this movie, they are trying to recruit the Nazi youth to fight back for the war cause. And in this movie, Roman Griffin Davids finds out that his mother, played by Scarlett Johansson, is harboring a Jewish girl played by Thomasin McKenzie, and she plays Elsa. So in this movie, um, Elsa and Jojo are not friends. In fact, Jojo is very upset that there is a Jew in his house, and he demands that Elsa leave. But Elsa, having a strong hand, tells Jojo that if you tell anyone who I am or you expose anything about me, I will kill you. And so Jojo is conflicted. In this movie, Taika Waititi was absolutely incredible. He plays Hitler, a figment of Jojo's imagination, and Hitler can be very convincing. He has a kind of set ideology, a forced indoctrination upon Jojo, and Jojo believes that that indoctrination is what he should believe in. He's so keen to it. He can't see himself being anything other than a Nazi. But throughout further the movie, Jojo realizes that that indoctrination and those false ideologies that he once held so fast unto may not be um, what he thought. They may not be all cracked up to be something good. So throughout the movie, Elsa and Jojo, I wouldn't say they develop a kind of amicable or really friendly um, relationship, but they decide to coexist with each other. And without giving too many spoilers away, the end of the movie, it really shows how Jojo embraces empathy and hope and decides that he doesn't want to be a part of the Nazi. So I took a few notes and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the movie. But a few key things to take away from JoJo is that blind nationalism is kind of like this forced idea upon the nation. If you think about it, the Nazis had a lot of control back in World War II. And I think one of the funniest takeaways was, and I talked to my girlfriend about this while we were watching the movie, and she said, "Did you know Hitler was a Jew?" And I was like, I didn't think he was a Jew. But Hitler had this kind of fixed and kind of chaotic, reign that we're all familiar to. But after watching the hideous oppression of the, I'm sorry, give me a minute. He saw the hideous oppression that the Jewish people had, and so it made him ultimately despise his own race and seek out all annihilation of the Jews. But I'm no history expert. I'm just going on thoughts of my own. But it shows individuality in oppressive regimes. Ideology manipulates false narratives. Another point is highlighting the regime's influence on German youth, which is a pretty big takeaway from this movie. Sam Rockwell recruits these, and Sam Rockwell, by the way, he did really good in this movie. He was comedic, he was a little unhinged, but he was also he's a very good actor. So Sam Rockwell takes these kids under their ring, and JoJo get hurt. Like he gets hurt really bad, scars his face up and fucks him up really bad. But he takes a bomb and he throws it, and Hitler's like, "Get out of the way, get out of the way." And Jojo receives the blast from it, basically essentially knocking him out. But what would I rate this movie? What would I give my thoughts upon it, I would say that Jojo Rabbit is a perfect satirical look on not only the youth of the nation, POD, you guys know me, I'm a rockhead. But yeah, not the so much as the youth of the nation, but also the oppression of war, what it's like to face something that you can't exactly get along with, but you learn to coexist. It also shows us that sometimes forced ideologies are for the worst. It shows us that when an oppressive force is upon us, we must either fight or accept it. And blind nationalism is going around a lot. I mean, once a forced ideology is put upon us and we're indoctrinated to coexist in the when we're indoctrinated to coexist in the environment, we kind of make our own decisions. We decide whether we want to run or flee from it, or whether we would accept it as something we would call a daily society. I would say that this movie is a 10 out of 10. It's got a really good message. It shows you a lot of things. It really makes you think. I like movies that make you think. And you're left, after watching the movie, you kind of ponder in your mind and you think back to the movie and you're like, that was a really good movie that had a lot of really key points. But Roman Griffin Davis did absolutely fantastic in this movie. I have not seen any of his other movies, but I would like to. And of course, Taika Waititi, not only directing this movie, but also starring in it, did a phenomenal job as Hitler. All in all, I give Jojo Rabbit a 10 out of 10. It's perfect, it's symbolic, it's cruel, it's an all around great film. But if you haven't seen it, I think it's on Hulu now, but go check out Jojo Rabbit. And make sure you guys are subscribing. I've got a lot more videos coming. And so, with that being said, this has been Joe the Man.